My trip to Guam with your husband is great fun. What would you like as your souvenir?
I could picture my sister's smug face as if she was on a cheating trip. But I calmly replied without getting angry. My niece's funeral is going on right now. Besides, my husband is right here.
What did you say?
What my sister saw when she turned pale at my words and literally flew back. My name is Sophia. I'm a 29-year-old part-time housewife. I have only recently become a housewife. The truth is, I just got married a few days ago. Ralphie, who became my husband, is a colleague from work, and as we worked together, we developed a good relationship and finally tied the knot. That said, being workaholics, we considered weddings a waste of time and didn't bother with a ceremony, we just filed the paperwork. Someday I will wear a wedding dress for a photo shoot, but now is not the right time for that during the busy season. As for why we got married during such a busy period, well, it was simply a matter of timing. We're busy now, but the season ahead will be even busier, and procrastinating on getting married wouldn't be efficient, we figured. I guess you could call it a simple marriage. No way. That's not the case at all. We've made it a rule never to mix work and personal life. While we're at work, we're both total workaholics, but once we're home, we switch gears completely. At home, we're just a sweet newlywed couple. Even though we didn't have a ceremony, we went to each other's parents' homes to pay our respects. Neither set of parents had any problem with us not having a ceremony, they accepted it as modern. We sent out greeting cards to relatives, and that was that. So, our marriage proceeded smoothly and uneventfully. Except for one problem. That problem is my sister, Emma. She's already married now, but she used to be man-eater. Well, at least in my mind she was. Moreover, my sister has a habit of taking things from others. In general society, when it comes to siblings, the basic rule is you're the older sister, so you should give way to your younger sister, right? Well, that's an old-fashioned way of thinking, and our parents never said anything like that. But instead of dismissing it as an old-fashioned notion, my sister twisted it around to the opposite idea. My younger sister's things are mine. What do I mean? She stole my boyfriend. My very first boyfriend when I was in 8th grade.
Oh, he's cute.
From me, who was having a cute puppy love-like romance at the time due to my age, my sister stole my boyfriend. I just turned 14 and my 19-year-old sister took my boyfriend. It's unbelievable, but it's believable when it comes to my sister. And once my ex-boyfriend became infatuated with my sister, she dumped him. In other words, my sister just enjoys the game of taking things away from me. Heartbroken, I couldn't get another boyfriend for a while, but I finally got one as a senior in high school. However, I was busy right before graduating from high school, so he comforted my heart. But, as fate would have it, my sister, a working adult, came home while my boyfriend and I were studying together at home.
Oh, he's cute.
She said the same line I'd heard somewhere before, and once again, she stole my boyfriend. Why am I so easily taken from? My sister and I don't look alike. I take after my father, who has an average face. On the other hand, my sister inherited the stunningly beautiful face of our grandmother, who was even more beautiful than our mother, through a throwback gene. I hate to admit it, but my sister is truly beautiful. Also, she has a shapely figure without exercise or restricting her diet. On the other hand, I can't lose weight no matter how hard I try to diet. And teenagers, well, they're just going to choose based on looks anyway. So, when it comes to a beautiful older sister, I don't stand a chance, do I? After experiencing 2 heartbreaks at the hands of my sister, I decided to attend a university far away. Living alone while studying and working part-time, I started working afterward. I never returned to my hometown. Because I didn't know what my sister might do if I did. Even my sister, who is now married and a mother of one. As expected, she wouldn't do anything to my husband, but I was careful of her. People don't change that easily, I think. When I went to visit my parents, my sister wasn't there. I sent a wedding announcement, but got no response. I have a bad feeling about this. As I muttered that, my husband, who knows everything, just laughed it off.
Well, it should be fine. You're apart, and you hardly ever meet, right?
He's laughing now, but would he still be laughing if he met my sister? Even my ex-boyfriends used to say, it's okay, but it definitely wasn't when they were actually approached by my sister. Still, Ralphie is a 30-year-old grown man. I can't imagine him being swayed by just a pretty face. At least, I want to believe that. It's not that I don't trust my husband, but it's just that it's my sister.
You used to date such lame guys.
She laughs while snatching her sister's boyfriends, and once she snatches them, she easily discards them and laughs. I couldn't trust my sister more than my husband. Then one day, I got a call from my sister. I didn't want to answer, but ignoring it would be immature, so I picked up the phone.
Long time no see. Congratulations on getting married.
That's my sister's first words to her sister in a while. I regretted answering after all.
But still, it's a late marriage, isn't it? I got married at 27, you know.
She's only 2 years older than my marriage age, but she's taking the high ground.
My 5-year-old daughter is said to be a gifted child in kindergarten. She's beautiful like me. I'm glad she doesn't look like her auntie.
And then she's trying to put me down. Her aunt, you mean me. After babbling about her own happiness, she finally got to the point.
What's your husband like?
I thought this question would come. So I'll just say something vague. He's a normal guy.
How about his income?
About half of what your husband makes, I guess.
What does he look like?
I told you, he's just average. A plain guy who matches me. Sorry, Ralphie. You're the coolest husband in my eyes, but I have to say this to my sister. I apologize to my husband in my mind.
Sounds plain indeed.
That's why I said he's normal.
What does he do?
He works at the same company as me.
What? Is it an affair with your boss that led to a shotgun marriage?
Are you kidding me? We're both marrying for the first time after dating normally. What a wild imagination. I'm furious, but my sister on the other end of the phone is laughing hysterically.
Well, that's so like you. Anyway, I hope you two are happy. I hope your marriage lasts long.
She said so and hung up. Her way of saying things made me angry all day. Then a few days later, something unbelievable happened.
Hey, Sophia, want to have lunch outside today?
My coworker and friend, Sarah, asked. I agreed, and as I stepped out of the lobby to go outside.
Oh, Sophia, there you are. I was just about to call you at the reception. Perfect timing.
I turned around to see who called my name, and I frowned and made a strange noise. Because my sister came running towards me. Why is my sister, who lives 2 hours away by train, here? What's up, sis? What are you doing here?
I just came on a little trip.
She's saying it like she just happened to come here for shopping. Who takes a trip just for that? And this place isn't even a tourist spot or anything. My sister looks around suspiciously while making excuses and scanning the area.
Looks like quite a nice company.
I have a bad feeling about this. Please, dear husband, don't show up. Just as I'm thinking that, I get called out.
Sophia.
Turning around, I see several coworkers standing there. Of course, my husband is among them.
Lunch break.
Well,
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, who's there?
Nice to meet you. I'm Sophia's sister. Thank you for always taking care of her.
Saying this, my sister shook hands with him without listening to my stillness.
Nice to meet you too.
Oh my God, how handsome he is.
My sister exclaimed while shaking hands.
Sophia, seriously, what's so ordinary about him?
What?
He's more handsome than my husband. I'm glad to meet him.
My sister's starting to wriggle her body. I think she's turned on.
If you ever have any trouble with my sister, don't hesitate to contact me.
With that, my sister handed him a note with her contact information and left. Why did she even bother preparing that?
See you.
Leaving us dumbfounded, my sister walked away.
Well, your sister is unique.
One of the coworkers present commented. All I could do was give a wry smile. After a while, I suddenly received a call from my sister again. I wanted to ignore it, but she kept calling and calling, so I reluctantly called back.
I'm going to Guam next time, so I've decided to leave my daughter at our parents' house during that time. Take care of her if anything happens.
Huh? It's quite far from our place to our parents' house.
Our parents are getting old and don't have the energy anymore. It's okay since it includes a holiday.
Whether it's okay or not is up to the receiver to decide, not the one making the request. Going to Guam with your husband? I understand needing for holidays sometimes. As I was talking, I heard a male voice saying, "Who are you talking to?" from behind my sister. Oh, your husband has the day off today? Today is a weekday, and I called my sister back during my work break. My sister is a housewife, but her husband is a regular company employee. Wasn't he supposed to be working on weekdays?
Just a minute, I'm talking to my sister.
Oh, Sophia.
Wait a second. I raised my voice at that.
What's wrong?
My sister replied. Who are you talking to right now? Could it be?
It's your husband, who I happened to run into. We're siblings by marriage, so don't worry about it.
What are you saying?
Well, see you later.
Ignoring my voice, my sister hung up the phone. Unbelievable. My exclamation echoed in the break room. After a while, I heard that my niece had been dropped off at my parents' house. My sister told our parents that she was going on a trip to Guam with a friend. Apparently, it was a trip planned around her husband's long business trip, so my niece was left with our parents. Going on a cheating trip is just unbelievable.
What did you say?
My mother tilted her head at my muttered comment, but I shook it off as nothing. While I was irritated with my sister, my niece was innocent. So, on this holiday, I came to take care of my adorable niece at my parents' house.
Andy, Sophia, look, isn't it cute?
You've drawn it very cute. My niece, Mia, innocently showed me a picture of her beloved hamster. As I praised her and stroked her head, she smiled happily. My niece was very cute, and she would surely grow up to be beautiful in the future. I clenched my fist, determined to protect her pure heart so she wouldn't become like my sister. But then, the situation took a sudden turn.
You are...
Soon after, I heard my niece scream, and the house erupted into chaos. While I was staying at my parents' house, I was moving around. Just as I was busy, I received a call from my sister. Thinking she might be worried about her daughter, I reluctantly picked up, but her carefree voice made me want to hang up immediately.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm busy right now, what's up?
Oh, Guam is just so amazing.
That's great. Gotta go.
Bye.
Wait, guess who's next to me right now?
A friend?
Yes, exactly. So, what's your husband up to?
Ralphie? What about him?
He's not there, right? He's away on business trip, isn't he? Well, I guess so, huh?
Irritated by my sister's suggestive tone, I took a deep breath and decided to be patient. What's going on?
Hey, are you on the phone with someone again?
Suddenly, I heard another male voice on the line. And my sister laughed in response.
Come on, wait a sec, Ralph. Oops. Did you hear that?
She's definitely doing this on purpose. I didn't hear anything. I replied to avoid further engagement.
Oh, really? That's a shame. Oh well, you heard it, but you're pretending you didn't, right? Sorry, I'm just too happy.
You know what? I'm really busy right now. Can I talk later?
Don't say that, it'll be over soon. So, about my trip to Guam with your husband. It's just fantastic.
He's being so straightforward, this jerk. But my heart remained calm. I was very composed in that regard. Perhaps because she couldn't see my face and thought I was flustered and silent, my sister continued without waiting for my response.
So, I'll bring back souvenirs for you. The person who is coming with me will bring it back, so please take it.
She didn't even bother hiding it anymore, and I couldn't help but feel exasperated.
Oh, by the way, what kind of souvenirs do you want? Something sweet.
Look, I can't deal with this anymore. Right now, we're in the middle of Mia's funeral.
What did you say?
My words were met with a delayed response. Didn't you hear? Your daughter. Mia, she's in the middle of a funeral.
No. What are you saying? Stop joking.
I don't joke about matters of life and death. Besides, taking a breath, I looked up at the person standing beside me. My husband is right here.
Wait, what does that mean?
I could hear my sister's anxious voice on the other end of the phone, but I ignored it and hung up. The one who chuckled at my snorting irritation was unmistakably my husband, Ralphie. Several hours later,
Mia.
there was a person who jumped into the house shouting loudly. Of course, it was my sister. It seems she's a mother too, after all. She must have hopped on a plane and flown back immediately. A panicked sister entered the living room where we were relaxing.
What's the deal with Mia's funeral?
Right after she shouted as she came in, my sister's eyes widened in surprise.
What?
A childish voice called out to her.
Mommy?
Mia. Wait, what's going on? A funeral means.
Tears welled up in my niece's eyes at my sister's words.
Oh no.
She had finally stopped crying just now. She must have remembered and started feeling sad again.
Mommy, my hamster. He.
Saying so, my niece pointed to the empty hamster cage, then handed a small box to my sister. It was an urn containing the bones of hamster.
No way. What does this mean?
When my sister looked at me for an explanation. Mia's beloved hamster passed away suddenly yesterday. He was quite old, so it couldn't be helped.
But you just said Mia's funeral.
Oh, that. I meant Mia's beloved hamster's funeral, but didn't it come across?
How could it possibly come across?
My sister's scream echoed through the house. Ignoring that, I turned my gaze to the person who came with my sister. So, is he with you? As I indicated the man, my sister, who seemed to have lost her composure as she collapsed to the floor, retorted in frustration.
What are you saying? He's your husband, isn't he?
Why does she have to get so angry? As I said before, my husband is right here.
You seriously, cut it out.
Glaring at me with anger, my sister finally noticed and turned her gaze to the man sitting next to me.
Who's that? The ridiculously ordinary-looking guy.
How rude. He's Ralphie, my husband.
Seriously?
My husband smiled wryly at my sister, who rolled her eyes.
Nice to meet you. I'm Sophia's husband.
Then who's the Ralph over there?
He's another person with the same name, Ralphie.
Oh no.
Yes, the person standing next to my sister. He happened to be named Ralphie as well. And both my husband and I knew that person very well.
But you said that guy at the office was your husband.
I didn't say that. That Ralph is a friend from high school who coincidentally joined the same company. We got close because of having the same name, and then my friend Ralph introduced me to the Ralphie who would become my husband, and we started dating and got married.
I don't get it. What's up with that?
I don't get it either. You suddenly showed up at the office, then gave your phone number to my friend Ralph without acknowledging my husband Ralphie. And that Ralph, he also greeted you. He's always been a ladies' man. Everyone was astonished. My sister was speechless at my words. Yes, on that day, the day my sister stormed into the office. The guy we bumped into while about to go for lunch, along with my friend Ralph, was none other than my husband Ralphie and several other male coworkers. It seems like my sister only has eyes for handsome guys. She got fixated on my friend Ralph, completely ignoring my plain and easy-to-miss husband.
Because he greeted me.
We've known each other since high school. Ralph naturally greeted you when he found out you were my sister.
Is that so?
Yes, it doesn't mean much. With a smile, my sister now glared at my friend Ralph.
And why didn't you correct her? Remember when I asked you why you married such a plain woman?
Well, I didn't deny it, but I didn't confirm it either. I just said Emma was more attractive than Sophia.
Ralph spoke truthfully in spite of my presence. My sister, blushing and turning pale, is flustered.
Ralph, you're at fault too. Why are you getting involved with a married woman?
My husband said somewhat angrily. But Ralph shrugged his shoulders somewhat helplessly.
Well, she said she was divorced, and she asked me out officially. I was just intending to play around though.
What did you say?
My sister turned red again at Ralph's words.
What's that supposed to mean? You were just playing with me.
Suddenly there was a male voice.
So were you serious?
Well, of course. I even got divorced. Wait, huh?
My sister slowly turned her eyes to the door behind. And her eyes widened dramatically.
Why are you here? Aren't you on a business trip?
My client couldn't make it, so it's ended early. I was surprised when I got home and there was no one there. Then Sophia called to tell me you were here. When did you divorce me?
That's dumb. No, divorce was just a joke.
My sister was dumbfounded. Above her, still collapsed on the floor, came the voice of my friend Ralph.
Hey, what's the deal? You're not divorced, so that means you were just playing around with me too, right? You're in no position to blame me. Ridiculous.
What did you say?
I don't need a woman who lies about something as important as divorce.
My friend Ralph said so and apologized to my sister's husband.
I'm terribly sorry for not knowing. Although it doesn't seem like something money can fix, I'll pay compensation as an apology.
Saying that, Ralph handed over his business card and left.
Wait, Ralph, I'm serious about you.
Oh, really?
My sister's attempt to follow was met with her husband's cold voice. When she came to herself, she saw her husband with cold eyes.
Wait, What I said was just a little joke.
I'm tired of your lies.
What?
You lied about taking care of Mia during my business trip and going out with your friend. You lied about divorcing me.
Well, that's grr.
But it's also pitiful that you've become a liar.
What are you talking about?
My sister's husband nodded as if to understand something.
So, let's get divorced. That way, what you said won't be a lie anymore.
Wait.
Well, it's not technically we're divorced, but we're going to divorce from now on. That's acceptable, right?
Wait a minute.
Of course, I'll sue for damages, and I'll have custody. I'll be the one raising Mia, and I'll make sure to get child support too.
Well, hold on.
No holding on. From now on, we'll communicate through lawyers. Mia, let's go home.
Saying this, my sister's husband held out his hand to my niece. My niece looked puzzled.
Are we going home?
Yeah, we are.
My sister's husband nodded.
Wait a minute. Are you trying to take the mother away from her?
My sister yelled, thinking she could somehow manage by using her child as a shield. Her husband took a moment to think about it. Then, he glanced at Mia.
Mia, do you feel lonely without mom?
No, I'm not lonely.
Mia replied immediately.
What? Hold on, Mia, you're okay without your mom.
My sister looked at Mia in disbelief.
But Mom, you're never at home on days when Dad isn't around. You always go out to play, leave me watching TV, and come home late at night. Dinner is always a cold.
Emma, did you neglect your parenting?
It's all new to him. The angry her husband glared at my sister.
What? It's your fault for pushing child care onto me, isn't it?
You want to take good care of your child, so you become a stay-at-home mom. Besides, I took care of Mia on the weekend. I thought you were tired. Did you cheat on me?
Well, that's
enough. I'll talk to the lawyer about what's next after getting a full account from your cheating partner earlier.
Wait a minute, you.
I don't care. Mia, let's go.
Okay, bye, Mom.
Trying to reach out, my sister's hand was easily dismissed by her daughter, who said,
Goodbye.
without hesitation. The door slammed in front of my disappointed sister. Afterward, following discussions, my sister and her husband got divorced. Apparently, my sister had been cheating not only with my friend Ralph, but also with others, leading to a divorce entirely on her fault. Even when she came to my company, claiming it was a trip, it turned out to be an affair trip. My friend Ralph apparently paid compensation to my sister's husband. Then he apologized and quit the company. I thought he didn't have to go that far, but he said it was a matter of a man's pride. I hope this incident will be a wake-up call for him, who has always been popular with women, to start a sincere relationship.
Until you pay off your debts, don't come back.
My sister was kicked out of my parents' house. As a stay-at-home mom, she couldn't pay compensation or child support, so my parents had to cover for her. Well, my parents probably didn't expect to get their money back, but they did it because they wanted to see their granddaughter, Mia. With nowhere to go after the divorce and unable to return to her parents' house, my sister contacted me.
I thought it was strange, you marrying such a handsome guy.
Don't ever contact me again, I said and hung up the phone.
Sorry. It was my fault. I won't take your man anymore.
She called repeatedly in a panic, so I hung up silently and blocked her calls. I don't know what happened to my sister after being abandoned by both parents and me.
I saw someone who looked like Emma, but she was completely different, completely drained, and not a trace of her former beauty.
A neighbor who knew my sister said, but I don't care. I'm not sure if it was really my sister, but I probably won't ever see her again. I'm exhausted.
You went through a lot.
As I rubbed my shoulders, my husband Ralphie handed me warm milk with a wry smile. Thank you, I said, looking at my husband.
What's with that look? You're making me blush.
Oh, no, I was just thinking you're such a great guy.
Only Sophia would say that.
Well, I'm glad. I'm the only one who knows how attractive you are. Saying that, I smiled, and my husband hugged